we on? Yes. All right, I'm gonna make sure this audio is working. Audio seems to be well. So let's get back into this. All right, so I have I probably need to turn this audio down. Looks like a little hot. Let's turn the gain down on that microphone just a little bit. All right, so I got a couple little spots I want to fix. There are a few spots I could sand and prep, but I mean, unless you're just looking for them, you're not going to see them because he's very, very textured. So there's a couple spots that I can see because I know that they're there, but I think at cursory glance, if you're just looking at this thing, you're not going to see a lot of it. So the main spots that I want to fix is that there's a little gap. There's a gap I missed right here across this guy's face, and it is a face, so that will be noticed. So I want to get that, and I need to get a little more primer in some of these little tighter spaces. And so now that I got some light, yeah, I missed that spot inside his mouth. Now that I got some light, better light, I should say, I can see the spots where I miss. I got to get some down in there. I need to check inside all the mouths and the eyes and stuff. So, but the good news is that I'm gonna get the upper half. I'm gonna fill that spot, sand it down a little bit, get all those little rough spots primed. And while those are drying, I will be base coating the bottom. So, and yeah, I'm just gonna base coat everything with a brush because it's pretty crazy in here. So I'm gonna base coat the pipe and the ground, all the tubes and stuff. Then for his, did I miss some down in there too? Then for his feet in the mud and stuff, I'm gonna brush brown, like the brown base color, probably up to about his leg up here, and then the rest I'll do with an airbrush. So if I can get that much done tonight, I will be happy. Yeah, I'm just gonna basically just be blocking, just finishing up those little spots I need to tweak, and then blocking in color. And that's gonna be my goal for tonight. So for right now, I'm gonna use a little bit of resin. And don't forget my little safety goggles. Those got to go on here. Not trying to ruin my life. Just trying to make a fun statue. And yeah, I'm gonna keep this resin deployment very, 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 very slight because it's just along his head right here. It's got a very clear line. So I think if I can flood it, a little bit of resin, then it should be easy to deal with. Where do I want to dispense this? Let's get some plastic. I also just reorganized my studio. I put some cabinets in, and so I've got stuff in containers now that I can't see through. So I have to go searching through my boxes. But I am happy with my upgrades. I also upgraded my airbrush box again. It's the same setup. I just I added brighter, little brighter LEDs instead of the ones that I had put in there originally. The original ones had, and honestly, that was just a mess up on my account. They have different colors, so they had the RGB LEDs, so you can change colors and stuff. But I don't need that inside of the light box, so I went and got some just straight up, brighter white ones with a more powerful power supply. Get this on the. It's on there, but it's not on there in the volume that I wanted. Going to your left. Kind of hit it from the side. Oh, I think my light's almost done. Let me go charge this. Dang it. Let's give this a few minutes to charge. Well, poop. I will let it charge for a couple minutes. Go refill my water, and then I'll come back. All right, well, what I can do is get this little rate thing attached. So let's do that. I mean, everything's all one big piece anyway. Why not? Or which side's the bottom, which side's the top? Doesn't really matter. Does it? Hold that for a second. You just dry run it just to make sure that it really doesn't matter, but try it this way now. really tell if it's on there. Feels like it's on there. There's a little bit of a... Okay, it goes on that way. It does matter. Oh, is this one glued? Oh yeah, that's right. That's why I have this bottle set aside. I have this bottle of super glue set aside because I accidentally got some epoxy on the tip of it, and the lid is forever now shut. Spread some glue around here. It doesn't really matter. Once I get it on there, it'll come off. I'm just killing time to let that UV light charge up a little bit. I only need it for a couple seconds, but I need it to be bright. There we go. Don't worry too much about painting in there. This thing, I really need to get some primer in there. So I may have to go in there with the airbrush. All right, let's get this gap sealed. Then we can go about the business of the things. I need to move that before I cure it, because it's flowing down in there. Alright, hopefully I got a little bit of charge. It's light. It's a little bit brighter. I'll let it do a full charge after the session. Oh wait, I gotta move it. Pop up. Whoops. Something I can throw away. Oh no, this resin is not wanting to collect or be deposited. I'm holding it like a pen. I'm stabbing myself. that a support? It is a support. Honestly, I'm surprised that's the only one I'm finding. Or I found so far. Alright, let's see. I was using that. Alright, so I think we're good now. A little bit more right now. Oh, if I'm just seeing through the resin and seeing that line, I think that's what I'm seeing. I feel like that's kind of a lot. Feels smooth. I'm just nitpicking it now. All right, let's get rid of this. We are done with the resining. I believe if there was anything else I needed to fix. Like I said, most of these spots can easily dismissed. All right, so let's go get this resin out of here. You go back in your hole. I need to refill or refresh that bottle. UV light goes on charger. I wish there was some sort of like gauge or something that would show you how much battery that thing had. That would have been useful. I'm gonna need to refill that water with I started using distilled water for paint mixing. I want to be skeptical and say that it doesn't make a difference, but it does. It makes a difference. I can tell. Like there's using just tap water, there's some, I guess, minerals or some, there's stuff in the water that chemically reacts with the paint differently than the distilled, with the, nothing in it. It just acts different. I wish I could explain it. The paint's smoother, flows better. It's just a huge, it's a marked difference. I wish I could be a skeptic and say, or I was skeptical when I first tried it, and I wish I could be cynical and say that it doesn't make a difference, blah blah blah. But it fucking does, and I hate it. That's one more thing I have to go buy, But I mean, actually, this gallon, I've only used half a gallon, and I got that a while ago, so it's maybe not that big of a deal. That's got enough to get me through this paint job anyway. So now I'm gonna go in and try to prime some of these smaller spots, so I don't need that big as much. Yeah, I missed in there. The arm touching Batman. Some of these eye holes. The rest in there. Yeah, I'm gonna have to. Yeah, I'll have to just make sure I get it. I mean, at the very least, it's got to be primed. Very, very least, because even if I miss it during the paint, I missed that whole underside of that leg right there. Jesus, Bobby, that is bright as hell. I can't believe I missed that. All right, I got work to do. Time to shut up. I also had discovered I had primer all over my monitor right before I started broadcasting. Luckily, acetone broke it down and took it off, so that was nice. I must have flicked it at some point because it was just a spattering of black. All right, in there. Can't wait to get to the paint job of this thing though. It's gonna be good. It'll be fun at least. I'm gonna have a good time. But it's gonna be some work. The airbrush will help with a lot of it, but as you can see, no matter what I can do with the airbrush, can't do it all. At least not for the base coats. It'll be great for doing the highlights and stuff, which, you know, that's what the airbrush is for. But for the base coating, I can only speed it up so much. I think if I brush paint, yeah, like I said, everything above the pipe, just so I don't get so much overspray. I think that would be good. Alright, I gotta bend down. This thing's a freaking beast. So to get it from all the angles, or get at all the angles, I don't have the luxury of just picking it up and tossing it around. I mean, I suppose I could pick it up and manhandle it a little bit, but this is much safer. That's the hardest part about a model like this, is getting around, getting into all the geometry. I'm happy with how that gap seal came together. That looks good. to get an angle on the underside of the pipe in there. If I can see it. If I can see it, I want to prime it. I'm going to be able to get in there effectively. Try to airbrush flood it. So I'll do that in a second. All right, I need to try to tilt him back. Oh yeah, all right. So it's very dangerous. Don't try this at home, kids. But all of that is just not primed at all. God dang, this thing is large. Well, if you're gonna, at least I can say I'm being thorough. Oh, all right, I gotta rest. See, I missed this seam down here, but I don't care. That one's really nobody's going to notice, except for me. Well, that's how I flung. I flung primer all over my monitor. I need to stop doing that. To go get those, I need to get that support before I forget it. Oh, I also don't want to leave this either. Alright, I'm having trouble prioritizing here. I also probably should have ate dinner before I started this, but actually I will take a break and let this primer, these little primer spots dry. All right, where were you? There you are. That. Do anything. All right. Oh, he's heavy. He's definitely a two-hander. Oh yeah, geez, I missed all of this craziness. Got a kung fu grip on this thing, but I'm starting to fatigue. Alright, gonna set it down. Oh. Woo! Getting a workout. Can't see anything until I pick it up. Make that leg last because kind of using that as my handle. Yeah, this is a little more touch up than I anticipated. Didn't really look at it close enough. I'm gonna get this thing primed, and I'm gonna go grab something to eat. Give this thing at least 20 minutes to dry. I don't want to stop my momentum. I haven't been able to paint. I haven't been able to work on this model all week. I was just super busy at work. Then after work, I didn't feel like it. Which is, I know, something I still struggle with. But, yeah, it is what it is. But now I'm in the mood to do it. And I don't want to have to sit around here waiting for primer to dry. And, kind of suits. Trying to get all the little spots. So I can reach without picking it up. It's also hard to tell what's just like a trick of light. What is actually missing exposed resin. All right. Oh, wait, I get that one right there. Way too much in there. Push some of that out. Grabbing a batarang. All right. 1, 2, 3. Oh. Whew. Curl. Oh, I'm so uncomfortable doing this. Little well I made. No, maybe not. There now. Yeah, I was not anticipating having to do this at all. But now that I've seen it, I can't unsee it. So this has to happen now. Oh, I have to figure out a way to relax. Rub on that turntable a little bit. No, that's probably not a good idea. But I've determined that this Lazy Susan has got a little ball bearing problem. As I made a little stable platform in an airbrush box, and it wasn't the platform and it wasn't the box. And then I started looking closer at the Lazy Susan, and I think I got some loose bearings, which, you know, is probably the nicest thing I could say about myself. Or my Lazy Susan. We are not being lazy tonight. We are working. definitely gonna need to stop because my belly's growling. But I want to get all these little spots touched up before I pause. Even spots nobody's ever gonna see. I think I got Batman pretty good. Just be safe. Oh no, under that arm. Like I'm arm wrestling while I'm trying to paint. Exactly what it feels like, actually. Oh man, cannot do that. Holy crap. It's just white in there. Bad thing is, I'm going to do this when I base coat it too. Let's take a rest here. Make sure nothing bad is going to prevent anything bad from happening, I should say. As I'm saying, some of this I feel like just the lights messing with me. Gotta go splunking in all these holes. Got a lot of holes to splunk. Alright, come up in that there. Definitely use a little bit way back there in the back. Under there is good. Oh, inside there. What's up, Jeffro? Been good, man. Been busy. I don't know if that's good, but that's what I've been up to. How about yourself? How you been? Yeah, this is the first chance I've had to work on this guy all week. He's been sitting idle since I primed him. And now I'm going, and now after having sat with him for a couple days, I'm seeing all the spots that I need to go back and retouch. Get them certs. Them certs, son. Before AI takes your job. I hate this timeline. This is the worst timeline. Nice. Show that AI who's boss. Yeah, chuckle fuck up Skynet. Those Terminators don't stand a chance. Oh yeah, I gotta get that spot under his leg. It's absolutely ridiculous that I missed that. This is way more priming misses than I like. So I'm gonna need to give this a little while to dry before I get all into base coating. You know, sometimes you just gotta respect the flow of the process. Alright, that seam is gone. That's good. That's the worst movie ever. Oh yeah, I gotta do one more curl to make sure I got everything. Let me get Get in there. The crook of his leg. I can't believe I missed that whole spot. Yeah, that's nuts. I know I missed him underneath there. So, let's lift this bad boy up. I wish I felt comfortable laying it down in any fashion, but these little batarangs and these teeth and stuff, there's no real way to settle it down on a flat surface without putting pressure on it in weird spots. So alas, I must risk it all in order to prime and paint spots that nobody's gonna see. Is the risk worth it? I don't know. I guess I'm doing it. My OCD won't let me not do it. So I'm just going to do. Sometimes your plans don't always go as planned. This is not what I had planned. I thought there was like 3 spots. I was like, oh, bam, 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 and then I'll be base coating. And the universe was like, fuck you, pick up your statue. You look at his under cheeks and you tell me if you want to paint that right away. You need to get some primer on there first. Of course, if I drop this, I'm gonna have a bad time. I need to have a talk with myself. Like holding a toddler up in one hand. Sure, you can do it for a little while, but eventually you're gonna get tired. Oh God, I'm just putting my mouth on it. I didn't mean to do that. Oh, all right. I gotta rest. Oh. Whew. That isometric hold is messing with my forearms. You know, because all the chicks want a guy that gets muscles from painting statues. I tell all the ladies. I don't think that's gonna work, Jeffro. Batman is not coming into contact fully with the body in here. There's a bit of a gap. When I say bit, I mean a big. It's a pretty big gap. But I think it's in there deep enough, you're not really going to see it. So I'm going to let it ride. I didn't see it until just now, so clearly it's not a problem. Of course, whenever I go in there to paint it, there's going to be a gap there when I paint it. I don't want to put putty in there and then have to wait for it to dry and then have to prime it. I'm just going to leave that gap. That gap's just going to have to stay. Said it's down in there enough. I don't think anybody's going to pay attention. And getting in there and painting Batman is going to be a I'm not going to say a problem. I say it's going to be an opportunity to learn something about myself and my abilities to paint inside a small space. Because that's exactly what I'm going to have to do. That sucks. God, how am I going to get in there? Oh, actually, I did just get a new set of detail brushes, and one of them, and I think I saw a bend, those little angled brushes, like a little bent angle brush. I could definitely use that to help work around corners and such. This is redonkulous. Yeah, I don't know how in the heck I'm gonna be able to paint Batman's face and eyeballs like this. But there's no other way to do this statue. I mean, not unless you just want to leave the seams. You can't do them separately. He's too integrated. But yeah, that sucks a little bit of buttocks. But here we are. Like I said, as long as the black is black, that's down in the deepest, darkest parts. Even if I'm mispainting it, and at least it'll be blacked out. And that's just a bad look. I don't even want to entertain that idea. Alright, I'm gonna have to pick this thing up again. Where can I hold it? I need to work on the opposite side now. I think, oh, there's a batarang right there. There's a batarang right there. All these little tentacles and shit. Oh, I don't want to put any strain on those. That has a little bit. I think I can grab it from the bottom. Ooh, all right. semi-comfortable. Oh, there is a thing I'm worried about breaking off on the other side there. Okay, oh. Rest him on my arm a little bit. Screen there. Alright, oh, okay. Okay. Whoa, boy. Settle. There we go. I can maintain this posture for a minute or so. Probably be using my big brush. Yeah, I'm gonna use my big brush. Kind of in a hurry. Chuck Norris, give me strength. Man, this thing weighs a freaking ton. As long as the base doesn't rock on me, left or right, I think I'll be all right. Whew. Oh man, I missed that total backside of Batman underneath his arm. All right, this is gonna be longer than I thought. Bug. Was not anticipating a workout. I would have worn my sweatbands. Underneath all these little folds, where I couldn't angle the airbrush up, back. All that I just didn't even think about. Good thing this doesn't have to be very detailed. Just kind of slap it in there, get the job done. That's what's gonna suck about trying to paint Batman. How to paint the skin tone on his face. I don't know how I'm gonna do that. I think I'll probably have to work from the outside in and sloppily paint his face first, then go back and try to do the edge of the mask black, straighten up any lines as best I can with no access, no visibility, and very tiny brushes in a very small confined space. Usually, nothing good usually comes out of that. We're gonna see if we can make a Batman. Ah, all right. Please don't fall. Please don't fall. Seriously, I will not be a happy camper if that thing slips right now. There's so many little pockets. Not even the bottom of this batarang. Well, at least I can. At least I know I'm thorough. I know that about myself now. Because part of my brain is like, none of this matters. Nobody can see it. But I know I'm going to want to pick a camera angle when I'm doing my photos and stuff. I know I'm going to want to pick a camera angle, and I'm going to try to do it, and then there's going to be some bullshit, and you're going to see it, and then I'm going to be very sad. And so I don't want that to happen. So I'm doing this instead. Torturing myself for your pleasure and enjoyment. Are you not entertained? I'm just kidding. This is boring as shit. I don't even know why anybody would want to watch me do this. But thanks for watching. Thanks for hanging out, Jeffro. Wow, there's so much of this that I just couldn't see before. That's upsetting. I don't do many quarter scale statues, and actually I'm running out of space for quarter scale statues, so this is going to be one of the last ones I do. So not just gonna, appreciate the differences in the process, because working on a 1/6 scale statue is way different than working on a really big 1/6 scale statue. This is still 1/6, if maybe even a little bit smaller. I would say, but judging by the size of Batman, this might be closer to 1/10 scale, which means Clayface a big motherfucker. Yeah, because this Batman he's a small Batman. So 1/10 feels about right. Yeah, and I reduced this by 30%. Like, this is not even the full size in the file, because I didn't have I had to cut it down for space. under his nutsack chin. Why you got nuts for chin? A half-scale Batman. If I ever got to the point where I like opened a shop or store or something, I would probably do at least one, probably a lot. I would do some like full size, like full scale stuff or half scale stuff. If I had the space for it, I totally would. Someday. All right, that's dangerous. If my thumb slips, I'm gonna drop this whole fucking thing. Oh, that whole underarm there. Break this battery. Okay, you know what? I'm being completely anal about this, and it is completely pointless. I'm risking it all. Paint stuff, no, but nothing that painting stuff nobody's gonna see. Even I'm not gonna get all up in this, all up underneath it like this. The camera. You see underneath this junk right there. There's the spot. I'm going to do all this whenever I go to brush paint it too. That kind of is eye-opening. Not going to have any choice about it either. It's going to be the only way to do this. I don't want to leave a lot of, because I don't want to leave like black primer showing like too much. Down in the recesses is fine, but the reference image that I have, it's more of a warmer, kind of a warmer brown, and I kind of like that look. Warmer brown and yellow and tan and stuff. Not like dirty mud dirt, you know, like a big brown turd. I want him to have some warmth to him. It's going to make the airbrushing of this thing really fun. I'm looking forward to that. No sarcasm, for real. I'm looking forward to that. That's gonna be a really fun airbrushing job on this. Airbrush and dry brush. Actually, I'm going to be doing a whole lot of both. So, and I got a new and improved airbrush box. I don't think you've seen it yet, Jeffro. I think you'll be impressed. And yeah, just gonna. God, there's a big spot. Jeez Louise. Not being able to pick up the model and move it around is really, it really changes how you work on this thing, how you work on these things. Because, like I said, I seriously doubt I would ever see these spots that I'm picking out right now, like ever. But you never know. You know, if you're especially you got stuff at an angle, and you want to shoot from down low, and you want to shoot up, and all of a sudden you see underneath one of these eyes a big patch of resin. That's not cool. That is no bueno. So we're just gonna keep trucking. Oh God, there's so much I missed. I guess I'm not missing it. I'm taking care of it now, but still. All right. Oh, inside of his mouth too. Oh, I have some leftover lasagna. I just remembered that. Went to a new Italian place last night. It was really, really good. Expensive as shit, but it was really good. This game around is uvula. None of that. All right. Oh, I'm very pleased with my decision to paint the inside of that main sewer tube before I assembled it. That was pretty smart of me. Good job, past me. All right. I'm going to focus on the visible. Like I said, I was not anticipating this level of touch-up, but there are way too many little pockets. I can just around these little utility belt things. Support. Facto. It's very dusty. Did I see that? Oh God. Covered in dust. Sanding box. my station before the next stream here. All right. Oh yeah. And paint his little utility belt. All that stuff. I'm gonna have to use that angle brush. And just a whole lot of patience, I guess. I can't decide if I want to make the mouths look more like mouths. You know what I mean? Shift the tone in the mud color to be a little warmer on the inside. Not so much as to make it like rosy red, but to give it just a little hint of warmth, like in the mouth, just to separate it from the outside skin or from the outside mud. I think that might be the way to go. I'll see how I feel when I get there. It starts coming together. I think that's what I want to do. Ow. Elbow. Down the table. So many little pockets. This thing is going to be a problem. Maybe I'll give it a zenithal before I start doing the brown. Well, no, because I got to brush paint the brown. The only way I'm going to get the brown in here, and then that's just going to override my zenithal. So that's a waste of time. once I get the wash in, the wash is gonna help with most of this. We use a lot of wash. I'm gonna do a sepia wash on Clayface here. The sepia will add a little bit of warmth in the shadows because it's kind of got a natural like orangey, like a reddish brown kind of tint, but it saturation is pretty good with it. So, and I want it to look, you know, like not like he's just dirty, you know what I mean? Like it's warm skin shadow in the depth, not dirt and filth in the depths. Umber wash would make it look dirty. I'm also really looking forward to doing all the rust on the pipes and stuff, and on the thing. I've got some what are those things called? Pigments. I've got some rust pigments that I want to lean into a little bit more in this project. So that's going to be fun. Inside that hand, I'll get there. Totally doing this in the blind. I can't see if there's a problem there or not. Assuming there is. Bigness. It's literally, it's up and then it's down. Like it's, I gotta figure out how to go like that. Oh, that sucks. Yeah, this thing is gonna be a challenge. Paint the details and to do the dry brushing and everything. It's starting to hit home. How much of a challenge this is actually going to be. I thought it was going to be easy, silly me. So I was like, yeah, I'll be able to do most of this in, you know, airbrush. I'm going to stand that down. Oops, sorry. Would have had better luck just dumping primer on top, letting it flow. Wouldn't that be terrible? But I do like this Vallejo primer because it flattens out nicely. So even if you do kind of pile it up, it, I mean, within reason, it levels out nicely. Yeah, unfortunately, this may be all I get to do tonight because this was way more primer than I anticipated applying, and I like to give the primer at least overnight to dry. So that bit of repair work and these final touches of primer. Maybe all I get accomplished tonight. Tomorrow probably won't be able to work on this. Maybe a little bit in the morning or like early afternoon. I might can throw a couple hours at it early afternoon. Got some friends coming over to have card night, so I got appetizers to make. Gotta go shopping. A busy day tomorrow. But if I got a couple hours downtime, I'll get some of this base coated. Because yeah, I've been dragging ass on this project. I need to get back on it. Quit making up excuses to not do stuff. Just do the shit. Oh man, it's that whole underarm there. Need to move my light on top. That's what I'll do. I'll get up, I'll go get my groceries, I'll get everything prepped, cooked. And then if I can get home and get that all done early enough, then I will have time to have a couple hours to paint. Stupid social life getting in the way of painting. Oh, that's light shining through. It's funny. Light shining through his fingers. Yeah, now that I'm thinking about it and looking at it, I think the best approach to this is going to be not doing it in sections, but doing it like at least doing the base coats the color blocking has got to be done, because I'm going to end up going back and forth between the different colors in order to get stuff tight. So like whenever I go to paint Batman over here, I'm going to need to use black and gray to get in between the fingers of the brown, or to get in between the little brown fingers, and then I have to go back in and touch those up with brown. And depending upon how sloppy or how much I miss, I may have to do that a couple times. So it'll be very, very important that the base coat be brush applied, and I'm going to be I'm going to be doing it multiple times in spots, just where the mud and the other colors come together. Plus side, I'm not going to have to mask things off. Well, I will have to mask some stuff off. At least a minor masking. Or whenever I go to airbrush, I don't have a bunch of overspray on the color block. There's going to be some, of course, but he's going to be all brush painted. Fucking somehow, I don't know. I still don't know how I'm going to get in there, especially like on this side of his face. And he's got like little mud spots on him too. This is going to be a hoot. All right. I think it is safe to say that this thing is primed in all the spots that it needs to be primed in. And yeah, I'm gonna hang this up for the night, grab a bite to eat, let it dry, and hopefully tomorrow early afternoonish and at least start base coating this thing. I mean, color blocking it. Might be a lot. I don't even know if I have enough brown, or what brown I'm going to use. Maybe the flat brown, actually. Flat brown actually has like a little bit of a kind of a natural warmth to it anyway. So yeah, that'll be a good choice. At least for the base. And once I put the sepia on there, it's probably going to get... It should be nice, actually. Now that I think about it. I need to find the mid-tone and the highlight colors, though. The eyes are going to be yellow. I'll do those in white. Yeah, it sucks. Some of this is real, and some of this is just like the way the light is bouncing around in here. It's a very cool statue, though. It's fun. It's going to be fun to look at. What kind of finish I should give him? Should it be matte? I mean, it's muddy, so it's got a little bit of moisture in it, so maybe it should be satin. Probably satin. Batman will be matte. I think a matte finish on him. At least on his fabric, on the fabric parts of it. All right. Oh God, I think I'm done. Changing elevation certainly helps. Sucks. Big ass gap right there between his foot and the pipe. Wow, this is ridiculous. I should have primed everything before I assembled it. On this, and I would have to go back and reprime all the spots. The gaps. Alright, that's good enough. Sucks. I can't get in there any better than that. Doesn't matter. I can't reach into can't get to the back there. Actually, you know what? Let's go over to the airbrush box. And I'll just see if I can spray in there. Careful. Oh. Oh. There we go. Not up against the thing. as I'll go. Oh, gotta change the camera. All right, welcome to my new airbrush hole. The lights all over the place. I'll be interested to see how this, when I cut it together, if this is going to be overexposed or not. Hard to tell right now because everything is black. Like when there's actual color on it. It's going to be too bright or not. Is that in focus? Yeah, it's in focus. All right. I'm just going to squirt some primer up in that hole right there. Wet the needle a little bit. Let's turn up the pressure. Let's spray my primer at higher pressure because I do not dilute it like some people choose to do. Way too much per my usual. I don't know why I always load in way too much. All right, well, I can't see in here. Can I see? Okay, I can't see like that. Up we go, buddy. Oh God, hold on. Don't hit anything, please. Okay, I can't tell if I did any good or not. Feel like I did though. Just emptying this thing out. Geez, how much paint did I put in here? Only more than I should have. Alright, there it goes. Now it's empty. Alright. There you go, big guy. Hang out there for a second. Probably hard for you guys to see the brightness in here, the lights, but definitely gonna be much easier for me to work on this stuff now. I'm very, very excited about this new setup here. Much, much nicer. Got me against the back wall again. Still getting used to it, but all right. Yeah, I'm gonna leave this to dry. I'm gonna go find a late night den, and then hopefully tomorrow. Tomorrow's the day. All right. I'm satisfied that it is thoroughly and completely primed now. Man, I can't believe I missed so much. There's that light. All right, cool. Get this airbrush clean, and tomorrow we paint. Thanks for hanging out, and I will catch you on the next stream. Until then, take it easy.